Looks like I'm on the air, I think. Is it? If you can hear me all right, hop into the chat room and say hey and let me know. Yeah, I can hear you. Otherwise, I'm just gonna goof off like I normally would here. For those of you that don't know, I am Aunt Pruitt. Hope you're doing well. I am unbelievable as always on this rainy Saturday, and just checking out some video footage. I have some VR 360 video footage that I'm still trying to test out. I did a little vlog, if you will, but it takes some extra steps to get that stuff processed and edited, and having a little bit of a challenge right now, and I figured why not share it while I'm trying to beat my head against the wall and figure this stuff out. But that's what's going on with me. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask the questions in the chat room. Let me know y'all are doing all right, and we'll just go from there. So what I've been noticing is when I render out this VR footage from the Vuz XR Studio, I tell it to put the shake stabilization on, and I noticed that it drifts a little bit. Even though the camera was sitting on a tripod, the footage drifts a little bit. So let me show you. Like, this is Premiere right here. So that's just random vlog footage, okay? So now I'm gonna hit play. This is only about 5 seconds long, but notice the screen starts to drift some. Did you see that? I don't know why that is. The camera sitting on a tripod shouldn't drift. See, it's even drifting in that view. I think it's the software that does all of the stitching, and I think the stabilizer aspect of it has a bug. So I am going to play around with this file and see if it's the software or if it's just the file itself. So we're going to start by saying no stabilization. I don't know if this right here matters or not, but I'm going to make sure the volume is up on the footage. You have all these other little settings. Uh-oh, tornado warning. That's awesome. Every weekend that I've had a shoot, we've had some serious rain or something like that. And now we got a tornado. Just awesome. Got my volume up. I got the speed regular. Turning the stabilization off. There's a couple other settings I want to mess with. I think I wanted to put this at 24 pixels. A little blending. And then there's this little placeholder that it puts at the bottom of the circle. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want a placeholder. Just make it blank. And then I'll render it out. And I'm gonna call it 1A or something. But first I need to find my folder. Fly test again. And I'll say this is 1A. 4K 16:9 aspect ratio. So let's see what happens here. Friend Crystal posting pictures. All right, so that's done. So let's jump on over to Premiere Pro. And I'm going to import that video file. And it is called 1A. Let's see if we get the same behavior. So I want to pull it up over here and give this a little in and out point. We'll say right about there. Because I don't need the whole thing. Put that in there. Now let's play this one. Well, there it is. There's no no drifting, no camera shake. I think that's the problem. The software has a bug that does the stabilizing. So I guess I have to consider, if I shoot anything that has a tripod, don't turn on the stabilizer. But if I'm shooting something handheld, turn on the stabilizer. But what if I'm shooting handheld and still recording and put the camera down on a tripod at the same time? I guess I'll have to cut that clip some kind of way. I do not know. That's something to try. But let's go back. I really didn't need to render that out because that looked fine. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. Get rid of number 1, get rid of number 2, number 3, and number 4. And we'll go back to that stitching software. And we'll grab file number 2. A little slow, but I don't think it's because of my computer, because my computer is still running pretty healthy right now. It's using a lot of GPU, which is good. That's what the GPU is for. I have 6 gigs of video RAM, and it's using damn near all of it. Fine by me. Maybe if I close Photoshop or something like that, but I doubt that's going to matter because all of my system RAM is good. Definitely vital to have a nice graphics card on your computer or your laptop or whatever. It's definitely vital. Good graphics card, good memory, good processor when you're doing content creation such as video editing, graphics creation, and especially VR. All right, so that one's done. So now let's take a look and pull in number 2 alpha. So how does it look? Whoops. Let's open it up in the source monitor first. Dot. Ooh, that's shaky. Can't say I like that, folks, but let's do a little test. I'm going to stabilize just a few frames inside of Premiere Pro using X warp stabilizer over here in my effects panel. So I'm gonna drag warp stabilizer, drop it right there, go over to the effects control. I like to take the smoothness down to about, I don't know, usually about 3 or so seems to work. But again, we're at the mercy of my computer. And since this is 360 footage, it's a little bit hard to work. So that's going to take 4 minutes. Wow. Not too thrilled about that. Let's see. Let me cancel that. Undo, 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 undo. We'll do fewer frames. So we'll click one time there. All right, we'll stop it right there. So we'll only stabilize just that little bit of footage and see how it goes. Change that to about 3% again. Yeah, only 54 frames. Probably won't be able to tell too much though. Stabilizing, okay. So now I will say render selection. Not by right clicking. You gotta do it over there. Yeah, that's not much better. Yeah, that's not much better. So maybe I have to do that stabilizing inside of the stitching software. But if it's on a tripod, I need to be mindful. I can't say that I like that too much, folks. So I'm gonna delete this file over here. I'm going to switch back to the stitching software. I'll close these tasks, they're not needed. Go back to the stitching software, turn on the stabilizer, but I'm not going to put the horizontal on there. See if that works okay. No patch, it's good. The blending still good, and we're going to let it rip. Call it 2 alpha. Go. Y'all can probably hear the rain. It's raining at about a 30-degree angle right now. Trees blowing pretty bad. Let's check this processor and video card. Yep, they're hard at work. That's another part of content creation. You spend a lot of time just waiting and repeating what you did, and then waiting again and thinking, dang, that still didn't work. So you go back and change something that you did, and then wait to make sure it renders again and watch it, and a whole lot of that in creating content as far as photos and video. It's not that bad when you're writing. It's a little bit faster. People are tweeting about the storm here in Charlotte. Okay, that looks like that's done. Can y'all hear all that hail? There's hail coming down now. Let's import the footage again. Looking for 2 alpha. Oh, it might help if I got rid of that one. My bad. Thought I did. Properties, details. Yeah, that's the wrong one. So I need to get rid of that. Rename this. Okay, now we'll open it up. 2 alpha. And how does 2 alpha look now? Footage look a little more stable. Yeah, that's definitely more stable. Dang, that's just insane. That's insane how much better that stabilization is. Granted, I'm holding the camera all crooked.
Nope, let's go this way.
See, I'm holding the camera crooked, so you're gonna see the little artifacts right there. You're gonna have to learn how to vlog better with the 360 camera. That's my neighbor over there.
Let's walk. I'm so sick of these stupid dogs. You see me every daggum day.
Yeah, see how crooked I'm holding the camera?
Good boy, Kyler. Good boy.
So let's go back. So I can keyframe those positions, I believe.
I'm so sick of these stupid dogs. You see me every daggum day. Good boy, Kyler. Good boy.
My dog getting that like an idiot.
Every day. These stupid dogs.
See, I'm holding the camera right
take a short
here
ride on the walk today.
in this hand.
So let's go back this way.
I have a little mini tripod, and it's nice that the camera
Weather's not too
and
bad.
the tripod disappears.
Got a overcast, so it ain't scorching hot just yet.
But see the stitching on my face?
Noon.
So I gotta figure out what's the best spot to hold.
Just
Best
doing a
spot to
little more
hold this
test
thing,
footage
as well
of
as
the
make sure I
Vuz
figure out
XR
the
360
camera angle so I don't get caught up in the stitch
360
like that.
VR experience with
It's
this
okay
camera.
if the background does.
Nope, this way. It's got its challenges from a software.
Let me just mute that for now.
Hardware's
Okay. Alright, so I can live with that for now. So now I need to sync up the audio. Because when I recorded this, I wanted to record it with a decent mic, as well as make sure that it's recording with the actual camera's microphone too. So you see on the screen I got a lavalier mic hooked in, and I got my little Zoom H1 pocket recorder recording the audio simultaneously. So that's what this track is on the bottom. That's the lavalier's audio. So I'm going to see if I can sync that up like so. We'll do this, right click, we say synchronize audio, one track, go. Sometimes it works really, really well. Sometimes it just works okay. Alright, so now I'm going to unmute this track. And if we hit play, this should be a good match. And you always try to do like a little clap or something when you're trying to synchronize audio. You plan that out ahead of time. And so far this is all good.
oh. Nope, let's go this way.
See, I don't hear any echo, so that means the audio is synced up pretty good. So now I'm going to mute the video tracks audio. So all you hear is the lavalier. And the lavalier should sound a little bit better from a quality standpoint.
Come on. Let's walk. I'm so sick of these stupid dogs. You see me every daggum day.
They get on my nerves. Alright, so that's what it sounded like with just the lavalier mic. Let's take it with the other one. You should probably hear the lawnmower a little bit more. Yep. Big difference. Barely hear the lawnmower now.
Come on. Let's walk.
Now the gains are different too. That's hitting at about -6 decibels. That's hitting, yeah, that's a little bit lower. So let me give it about 5.
I'm so sick of these stupid dogs.
And that still sounds way better.
You see me every daggum day.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Alright, so now I got that synchronized there, so I can get rid of this little bit of... Alright, and I should have more audio. Yep, there's my other bit of audio. So we can try to synchronize that with number 3 and number 4. And since I know 3 and 4 is already stabilized, I'll just go ahead and grab them like that. So let's see, number 3 shouldn't need any trim, but it does need to sync. So let's line it up. right click, synchronize audio, sorry. Very good.
The video preview on your phone. You have to do 30 frames per second or lower.
Perfect.
And it'll work.
Perfect. I wonder what was this part. Was that just me walking and not recording? Probably so. There's no dialogue. It's just wind. Alright, so I'm just going to chop that bit off because it's not needed.
And again, I'm just hand holding this camera. It's bouncing around while I walk and try to hold the dog leash.
Now there is a problem. I thought there would be more audio. That's 12 minutes long.
I have a nice computer. We are now back. And again, I'm just hand holding this camera. Pod mount for it. Thank y'all for watching.
Okay, maybe that was the end.
3D small world animation and some keyframing animation that you can do inside of the iOS version is leaps and bounds ahead.
Okay, then well, what the heck is file number 4? Is it the same thing? Looks like it's the same thing. How bizarre. Nope, it's a shorter file. It's a shorter file. I wonder why I was recording myself there.
But I have faith in it. It's going to do a decent job. Especially since I have a nice computer.
What did I do wrong? I swear it seems like this is the same file blended in together.
Just hand holding this camera. It's bouncing around while I dog leash. It's definitely going to need stabilization, but I have faith in it. It's going to do a decent job, especially since I have a nice computer.
Yeah, those are the same files. I don't know why that's in there twice. Okay, so now I can have fun with stitching this together in Premiere and giving it all its keyframes and stuff like that. So let me slap an intro on here. We'll go with the glitch. Let's do that. Glitch intro. Right about there is good. This glitch can be a little loud if I remember, so I'm gonna go ahead and tone down that volume. So you don't see my logo. There you go. Have to move that in space, folks. Alright, so what I'm going to do, because on this frame I want the focus to be right there the whole time. So I'm going to just do it like this. And then there's a effect called GoPro VR reframe. And I don't have a GoPro, but this should still work. I'm going to drag it over there. and adjust the settings on this joint. Field of view, let's see, that's 50. You can make it wider. I zoomed in. Huh. What am I doing wrong here? Pitch is okay. Yaw should be right about there. Roll right about there. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't use this GoPro reframe. I've been wanting to try it out, but I didn't use it on my last video, so let's get rid of that for now. That's for another day. But let's see if I can at least lock in these keyframes here. So we'll say position like that. And continue to do one more lock, even though that really technically isn't a change. Nope, that's not right. I need to use that reframe. Let's search for some other effects. So we'll say VR. VR blur, gradient. Those are all transitions. That's immersive video. Rotate sphere. That's what we want. Rotate sphere, I think. It's only one way to find out. Okay, so let's make some keyframes on that. We'll get rid of these. Rotate sphere. So I'm going to start with it. We'll start right about here. Let's say pan and tilt and Z. All of those are set to there. And then I'm going to move here in the timeline. And we'll say pan to here. Okay. And then I'll move a little bit further in the timeline. We'll put one more frame there. And then this time we'll move it panning away just a little bit. Like that. So now, let's play that back. Do a quick render. That was a little fast, don't you think? So since it's that fast, we need to take these keyframes right here and move them down just a touch. Let's try that. Still fast. So I'm going to take these, move them like that. We'll say Auto Bezier to make it a little bit smoother. Same for that one. There we go. That's a little slower. Turn it back to linear. Change this to say ease in. Now render it. I told you it'll be a lot of time of test, render, wait. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of those. Don't like it. Let's do it this way. further slowing it down. Okay. And now we'll set this one up. We'll just leave it as is. We won't put any keyframing on that. We'll just leave it as it is. But I am going to set the frame size to the right frame size. Where'd it go? There it is. But it's too big, so maybe I will scale it back down. And hit save. Always save a couple of times just to be safe. Alright, so we got all of our synchronized footage here. We can move this down. And let's start having some fun with the keyframes and positioning of the VR sphere. Let's put a fade on this one. Or maybe we can put a little color. No, let's just do a fade. Fade it in. Oh. I guess I could trim that part, right? So let's go back. We'll trim it down to here. Okay, and we'll add our VR sphere again. Rotate sphere. I'll add this to my custom bin so I don't have to keep typing that in. I can just pull it up in my list. Rotate sphere. It's on there. Good. Good. So let's back up in the footage a little bit. So I'm going to lock it in to start, but then I want the viewer to have the ability to rotate it however they see fit. But I definitely need to lock it in right about here. Something like that. So that looks more level.
Nope, this way.
All right, and since that was a little bit of deadness, I can trim that. So let's go here. So we'll put a cut right there and there because these need to be synchronized from an audio standpoint. Then I'll do a B trim, which for some reason is not working now. Why aren't you working? Well, I have to do it this way.
Nope, this way.
Okay, and we'll skip ahead again just a little bit. We'll trim down to right about here because we don't want it to be too long of a video. You know what I'm saying? Right there. So that's looking better from a horizon standpoint and whatnot. So we got it locked in pretty good. And the viewer can still rotate and all of that.
Nope, let's go this way. Come here. Come on.
Turn off that bad audio.
Let's walk.
We like the good audio. And since I locked in those rotation
So sick of these
parameters,
stupid dogs.
the horizon looks a little bit better.
You see me every daggum day.
Let me change this view. We'll make this more of a 1-to-1 square. See if that helps. Hit save.
Good boy, Kyle.
Okay, so
Hello.
I think what I want to do here is put the viewer perspective on the dogs, but I need to render some of this footage so it's not as choppy. So let's do that. Okay. Well, we need to reset those. I was wondering why that was looking funny. Yeah, that definitely looks better from a perspective standpoint. Even though I was holding it crooked, this looks much better.
Nope, this way.
Okay, so let's stop there. We'll clear out this in and out. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Undo. Clear that out. Put another endpoint here. So now, what I do now is I put a keyframe on those positions for the rotation. So I'll say bam, 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 just to be safe. Push forward a little bit. And then we'll say the roll. It's like so. Okay, so that's locking that in. Okay, so it's rolling in. That's good. And then just for a second, I will force it to rotate to the left. Yikes, wrong one. Undo. Pan to the left, like so. pan left just a little bit. We'll go back to there. So we need to put one here, but make it minus 29. Like that.
I'm so sick of these stupid dogs.
Okay, so now it sort of forces the viewer to take a look at this left side. All right. And it locks in. Maybe I could change the tilt too. So let's go back over here and put the tilt right there. And then I'll change the tilt right to something like that. So now we have a different perspective that's locked in.
I'm so sick of these stupid dogs. You see me every daggum day. Good boy, Kylo. Good boy.
Kylo looks small right there.
Every day. These stupid dogs. We're gonna take the short route on the walk today. So let's go back this way.
Okay, I dig that. I think I'm gonna stop it here and call this a live stream. So go ahead and get on off this here air. All right, that's rendering out. I'm going to save it there and keep working on this project as I get some more time. I have a couple other things to do. I need to get my gear bag squared away and get ready for this evening's photo shoot and go from there. Hope y'all are doing all right. I appreciate y'all watching. And if this is the kind of content that you enjoy, I ask that you consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting the little notification bell. That helps me out and helps this channel to continue to grow. Also, this is May, Mental Health Awareness Month. Check out NAMI.org and look at their blog as they discuss mental health awareness and Mental Health Awareness Month in an attempt to try to remove the stigma that is around mental health. Okay? Y'all have a good day. I will catch y'all on the next video. Well, wait a minute. Before we go, hit like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Thank you very much. We'll see you.